Hey guys, it's MazeMan112 and I'm bringing you guys some another commentary. Today I'm playing a little bit of the Mosh Pit. This is in the league play. I'm glad to see that they actually are playing more of this Mosh Pit. It is a 6v6 versus the 44, so that's a little bit different to get used to. But it's just kind of nice because one thing that's been driving me absolutely crazy right now with the game is quick scopers. I know a lot of you guys do like to do the quick scope, you like to see the montages, but to me, I draw a line when the quick scoping is taking away from the skill part of the game. There are people who quick scope and they do it very well. And then there are other people who try to replicate this and they're just not good at it. You watch them, their crosshairs are 2 to 3 feet off the target, but they're still getting the one-shot kills, and it's just super frustrating. Like I've said numerous times before, it's absolutely horrible to be in the same room, a small confined area with a sniper rifle, someone running a sniper, and you lose the gunfight because they quick scope you. And it's just, I hope they fix this in the next generation of Call of Duty, but that is a different topic for a different commentary. One thing I wanted to go ahead and say was thank you guys for helping me reach 600 subscribers. When I first started this, my goal was to get 100 subscribers in a year. I know that sounds like low expectations, but to me, this is a hobby. It really is. I have so much other stuff going on. I do love video games, and I love YouTube. So why not put them together and kind of come up with this, ultimate hobby that I really enjoy. Unfortunately, right now, I'm just not able to put the time and the effort that I like to be able to put into a hobby, just because summers are absolutely crazy for me. So I really want to thank you guys for sticking in there with me and showing your continued support. It really helps along the day. It really does. So just, thank you. But on to the big topic for today. Big news came out today. Microsoft kind of came out with this big press release about the DRM issues and also about the online connectivity issues with the Xbox One. A lot of people now are starting to say that instead of calling it the Xbox One, you should call it the Xbox 180, because that's what they have done on a couple of the really touchy topics. The first thing I'm going to go ahead and talk about is the DRM. Now, a lot of people were complaining that the DRM was kind of ludicrous, that you were only going to be able to buy a game and you could have one person kind of loan it out. It was like a 30-day time limit on this if someone did loan it out. And on top of that, you couldn't sell these games back. If you were to sell a used game, there was going to be this crazy price for the person whoever wanted to go ahead and unlock these online features. And it was just one of these things of, are you kidding me? So not only are these games super expensive, now I'm not going to be able to sell it back. I'm not going to be able to recoup any of my investment. And people were very vocal about this. And the people being that vocal about it is really what got Microsoft to listen, and I'm glad about that. Touch on that in a second. The second thing, the big thing to me that they went ahead and kind of talked about was the online connectivity, or needing to be online at all times, really. They were saying you were going to have to, every 24 hours, have to do a quote-unquote check-in. And this really kind of concerned me, because if you go on vacation or you're out of town or anything like that and you're not able to check in, your Xbox really becomes a brick at that point in time. And we've all had situations where, the electricity goes out in the house or the internet goes out and it might be off for more than 24 hours. And there's nothing you can do about it. But you're going to be fucked over because you can't even play your game offline if you haven't done your 24-hour check-in. What they are going to be requiring now is just to do one initial check-in when your console first gets set up. I'm completely okay with that. That way it kind of figures out your region and all that kind of stuff. Get you all set up, kind of get your demographics, all that kind of fun junk that they kind of use. And also you can get your payments and all that kind of stuff set up, connect all your accounts, whatever. Completely okay with that. I'm glad that they did this. But what I really wanted to touch on was the power of the community. In situations like this where you have these multi-billion-dollar corporations, i.e. Microsoft, and you have it where the customers, the people who made them who they are, and our demographic is an interesting community. It really is, because generally we're younger, generally we're male, and generally we're going to be very outspoken. We're going to tell you what we're thinking, and we're not going to hold back any punches. And sometimes this gets us into trouble, whether or not it's, trolling on somebody or hating on this or hating on that. If you look at any of the comment sections, you can see, kind of the immaturity of the general community. But it is in a time like this where everyone kind of came together and was saying, this isn't right, this is kind of BS, and not only are we going to, talk bad about your console or your product, we're gonna make it hurt where it really counts for you guys, and that's in your pocketbooks. And that's a lot of these corporate guys. That's the only way. That's the only language they speak is a greenback, you know. So I'm glad that we kind of rose up, stood up, and made a difference. And I'm just, you know, super excited that they actually listened to us. A lot of you guys are actually telling me too that one of my big concerns was with the Kinect having the microphone and the camera on at all times, just because I really don't want another camera in my house. I don't see a problem with that. Me saying that, a lot of you guys are saying, you know, you're going to be able to turn it off. I was doing a little bit of research on that, and it looks like you guys are correct. You are able to go ahead and turn off the microphone and the camera on the Kinect. I'm still going to have it connect actually to your Xbox One, so you're still going to have that extra cord, but you're not going to have to worry about them constantly, you know, recording whatever is going on. But the big thing is, this is not going to be default. You're going to have to go through your settings to actually get this taken care of. The default will be to have that on at all times. I'm glad that they're going to add that feature. I'm just kind of wondering now, the biggest complaint people have now about the Xbox One is going to be the price point. Yes, you are getting the Kinect, so it's going to bring you a little bit extra, but, you know, they're really pushing this Kinect really hard. I'm sure they have a ton of money invested into it, and it just hasn't gave, you know, the payback that they're looking for. But, to me, I'm more of a different type of gamer. I guess the Kinect just seems like it's geared more towards the family setting rather than the hardcore gamer. Maybe it has, you know, huge improvements on it, and we all are absolutely blown away at what you can do with the Kinect. It might, you know, revolutionize the way we play Call of Duty. Instead of sitting down, it would be so fun to be able to run around and act like you're really holding a gun and to get into the physical aspect of the game. That would be great. And I guess, you know, we need to give them a chance before we go ahead and poo-poo on it. But no one likes having stuff shoved down their throat, and it was almost where you're kind of taking away a lot of our rights, a lot of, you know, our general, you know, things that we really care about. We don't want to be online. We want to be able to sell our used games. And when you kind of do that stuff, it's almost insulting to your customer. And no one really likes that. No one wants to see that. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys leave it in the comment section below. I'm really interested to hear if this has made any change in your guys' mind. Make sure you guys leave it in the comment section below. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Hit subscribe. And I'll see you guys later. You had the same exact console. Spotlight, bitches! Make sure you guys go ahead and check it out. I talk about the Xbox One versus the PS4. Don't miss it. Is that now the Xbox is going to have a Blu-ray drive in it. And